With the collaboration of James Hagan and the James Hagan students, we proudly present An Original Innocence by Guido Nigro. Helina is played by Isabella Jacqueline. Jasmine is played by Denny Banham. Raymond is played by James Hagan. Janet, Helina's mother, is played by Philippa Fisher. John, the astronomer, friend of Raymond, is played by Giuseppe Luna. Michael, friend of Helina and Jasmine, is played by Michael Guarini. Emma, friend of Michael, is played by Paris Malai. Michelle, Jasmine's mother, is played by V. Maguire. Peter, Michael's father, is played by Rino Pelloni. Helina is entering her house, where she lives with her mother, Janet.
Hello, Mummy.
Hello, Helena. How was your day?
It was okay. How about your day?
Tiring as usual. What about school?
Well, we studied a little mathematics. Now that I enjoy. But creationism I still can't accept. How is it possible that a God of infinite time and space created the universe only 6,000 years ago? Isn't that a limitation for an all-infinite God?
I told you this many times. That's why I gave you my old books.
Mum, today me and Jasmine went to investigate that old gallery. We thought it was abandoned, but instead we met this old man that lives there.
How many times have I told you to be careful?
I know. Jasmine rushed outside when the man appeared. I was a little scared myself, but I looked deeply into his eyes and, Mummy, he was a very lonely, sad man.
You should be very careful. We are living in a dangerous city.
I felt that he wasn't a danger to us. Oh, but I forgot. I told Raymond about your interest in art. He invited us and anyone attracted to art to come look at the paintings.
Sweetheart, my interest in art died a long time ago.
Oh, what's wrong with changing your routine just once, coming to the gallery so we can enjoy some lovely, beautiful works of art together?
Your grandmother was a real artist. In a way, she's lucky to have died before the darkness engulfed the world.
I know. Grandma was a very special person. What's on television tonight?
What do you prefer? Exploding heads, exploding buildings, or some quiet murder?
You really don't like television, do you, Mum?
I did once. For example, I enjoyed the documentaries on animals. Then there was a science channel. But now there's only rubbish on television. Anyway, tonight I'm very tired.
What about if I clean the dishes after dinner for you, then you can take a nice relaxing bath?
I'm so lucky to have you as my daughter. You're a real gift.
No, you are my gift. When I was born, you taught me the important things in life. Thank you.
It is now after dinner. Helina is in her bedroom, and she is talking with Jasmine on her computer.
Hello, Jasmine. What did you think of our adventure today?
I believe Raymond is weird. My parents were upset, but when I told them about Raymond's invitation to everyone interested in seeing the paintings, my parents calmed down. What about you?
My mother was a little bit upset, but I believe she will come with us to see the paintings.
What do you think of Raymond?
Well, I think that Raymond is a very sad man.
Of course. If they took all the pornographic paintings, I would be sad too.
As I told you earlier, Jasmine, my mother has always explained to me that there are two kinds of nudity. One is pornographic and the other is artistic and non-sexual.
How could that be? To me, if it is naked, it must be pornographic.
How do you see yourself, Jasmine?
What do you mean?
Well, do you believe that when you are taking a shower, your body is pornographic?
No. I don't see myself as pornographic.
Well, that's your answer then.
Just a second. When I'm under the shower, I'm alone. No one else can see me.
Okay, so if, for example, I see you under the shower, does your body instantly transform itself?
I don't think so.
The problem is that since we are born, we have been brainwashed into believing that all nudity is pornographic. Engulfing our body with clothing all the time makes us forget the ancient connection between ourselves and nature. Pornography starts when we interact sexually with someone else or ourselves in a certain way. But if we are just nude without any sexual interaction, to say that our nude bodies are pornographic just because we are nude is very offensive to us human beings. Our nude bodies are not pornographic.
As usual, you're terrible with your reasoning. Now I'm confused.
Well, you shouldn't be, because this is how we should be raised.
No, this is how the world works. I am counting down the days to become adult so I can finally have the freedom to look at pornography like everybody else does. Things I can't do now, at least legally.
Didn't you just hear what I said? You are still confusing nudity with pornography. Pornography is the dark side of nudity. I chose the light side because our bodies are beautiful. It's spiritual.
Well, mine is definitely beautiful and perfect. Don't you like to be free?
I don't need that freedom you talk about. I will always be the same as now. I will never change. And one day, I hope to fall in love with someone who will love me just for who I am. Jasmine, are you ready for tomorrow's mathematics test?
Well, in a way, yes.
I know that look. What's up?
You have a very suspicious mind, and you are so old-fashioned. You should become more in tune with today's society.
Oh yes, and what a beautiful society we have today. Look at me. I don't make any trouble. Why should I try to fit in? Do you remember what happened to Mary, Jasmine? She took drugs, she had sex for the sake of it, and she ruined her life. Do I have to do the same? Look, I would prefer to be alone, even for the rest of my life, rather than conform to this sick mentality.
Fine with me. You definitely live in the wrong century. Maybe next time, instead of using a computer, you should use the old telephone.
Yeah, Jasmine, you're always so funny. Anyway, it's getting late. I'll see you tomorrow.
It is the next day. The girls are waiting for the school bus.
Oh, what a wonderful day. Oh, I'll hide behind this train and give Helina a hell of a scare. Boo!
Jasmine, you scared me.
That's new. You weren't scared by Raymond yesterday, but I scare you?
You know that I can feel other people's vibrations. Raymond is a very lonely person. He's suffered so much and he has lost something extremely important in his life.
Yes, I know. He lost all his...
Don't go there, okay? I told you yesterday that nudity is an art, it's an expression of beauty, spirituality.
Yesterday you also told me that pornography starts when we interact sexually. What about love?
True love is an emotion that transcends everything. Yes, you can make love with that special person in your life, but that is not pornography. I see pornography as a perversion of the mind that becomes like a drug. People get addicted.
Yes, but it's a nice addiction, don't you think?
Why are you always saying things that you don't believe? I know you. I can feel your vibrations and I feel you did not study for this mathematics test.
Well, here's my solution. Look what I've got here.
What are these?
They, my dear antiquated friend, are microspy. You will have the transmitter and I will put the receiver in my ear. So you just have to whisper me all the answers and I'll be able to follow.
You're terrible. Why should I even help you? You know I do not approve of people cheating.
Come on, just this time. I'm so tired. Yesterday I was online too late.
Right, just this time. But if next time you don't study, you are on your own. You must learn discipline. The internet is fine, but if you overuse it, it also becomes like a drug for the brain.
I know that I'm wasting so much time on the internet playing games, and I realise that I can't stop. You're right. It's definitely like an addiction to me.
So just stop playing computer games. You don't need them. Don't ruin your brain on it.
Oh yes, I forgot that you don't even play games.
Not true, I enjoy peaceful games, like chess, but even then there is a limit to the time I spend on them. My mind is very important to me. I don't want it polluted with virtual violence.
You're really living in the wrong century. Maybe you should find a time machine and go back to one era that's more you.
Oh yes, next time, why don't you bring a nice old telephone to school? This micro spy, it's too futuristic for me. I probably won't even be able to use it.
Don't scare me, Helena.
This micro spy, it's digital. You know I like analog signals, not something that sounds like... Yeah, with answers like that, you're totally going to get an A on your test.
You're really funny when you stop being serious.
Alright, this is the last occasion I help you, Jasmine. If you don't study next time, friendship or not, you'll be on your own.
At the same time in the gallery, Raymond is preparing some coffee. He's feeling a little better. The unexpected encounter with the two girls the previous day has given him a more positive attitude towards life. How many sugars, John?
2 as usual. Still got the electricity on?
Yes, thanks to some good Samaritans that have donated money, I will now be able to pay the next bill and even offer you a cup of coffee and 2 sugars.
Gone are the days when we were paid for doing our jobs. I miss my observatory and the students that used to come and visit. I still have the same passion to discuss the eternal questions. Are we alone in the universe? What is our place? Who are we? Unfortunately, this society has been so brainwashed by stupidity and superficiality that no one likes to ask these questions anymore.
Ignorance is like a horrible disease. They know that lack of knowledge will enslave the human spirit. That is why the same ignorant people who closed down my gallery also closed down your observatory. So today's society is sleeping, losing its lives in a nightmare, without realizing the greatness and salvation of our 2 disciplines.
I completely agree. They know that the truth inspires us to think that we are one with the universe. Instead, our society is bombarded by TV programs that promote only superficiality and stupidity. So most of us are kept at a basic level.
Yes, it is very sad. What began with a mistaken presidential election engulfed the entire world, and we are living now in this nightmare.
I still remember the hard work that enabled me to become an astronomer. Now everything is lost. As you know, I'm just able to survive giving private mathematics tutoring to some students. A couple of weeks ago, a student of mine asked me a question about how big the universe is. My mistake was to give him the real answer instead of the lie. After that, his parents didn't call me again. Our destiny is to be lonely, dear friend.
Actually, something new happened to me yesterday. 2 girls came in here.
2 girls?
Yes, it was like a breath of fresh air for me. One of the girls was very interested in one specific painting. I believe she is gifted.
Don't you think that maybe your loneliness is clouding your judgment, my dear friend?
No. I believe she is special. She could feel the art in her soul. I always believe that art and science are 2 faces of the same coin. Both are expressing human passions for the world. You, my dear friend, use mathematical formulae to explain the universe. Artists like me use their ability to visualize it.
I don't understand.
Come into the other room and I'll show you. Look at this painting. Don't you see how the light in the sky is changing the colors around the clouds? What do you scientists call this effect?
You're right. We call it diffracted light.
What about the shadow over there?
Well, I say it's a representation of a blockage of the electromagnetic radiation by an object.
Don't you see? It's the same effect. Different ways to express it. Tell me, John, when you were studying, didn't you feel a passion, for example, when you were trying to solve complex mathematical equations?
Yes, I still have that fire in me. And when the right answer was reached, I felt inspired.
That is exactly the same fire I used to have when I was creating works of art.
I still have a small telescope in my backyard, and when I use it, my mind is free to travel and imagine other realities. When I close my eyes, I dream about astronauts going to discover new worlds, bringing back our most precious gift, knowledge.
We are dreamers, my friend. It is terrible to live in a world that doesn't know how to dream anymore.